the August offer. So in August offer, the Viceroy, Go, had come out with the proposal, which was known as August offer. And that proposal was declaring that the goal of the British government was to establish a dominion status in India. Also, they have accepted that the framing of a new constitution would be the responsibility of the Indians. It also laid down the full weight would be given to the views of minorities in the constitution. And this particular offer was straight away rejected by the president of Congress, Maulana Abul Kalam Azad, the then president, you can consider. And but on the other hand, the Muslim League was happy with this August offer because they were ensured that no further constitution would be adopted without the prior approval of the Muslims. So they were happy or satisfied with this particular offer. And therefore, further Muslim League declared that if India want to solve the problem, then there would be an alternative or an answer, and that is nothing but the partition of India. Right. So this had come through the August offer. And in brief, if you look into August offer, so it had failed in gaining India's cooperation for World War. And in fact, it had widened the gulf between Congress, Britishers, as well as Congress and Muslim League. Then we had gone for the individual civil disobedience, or you can call it as the individual satyagrahas, right? So anyways, the Congress Working Committee decided to start individual civil disobedience, right? So that was one thing. And in this case, Vinoba Bhave was the first satyagrahi who was arrested in the in individual satyagrahas, and he was followed soon by many more satyagrahis, including Nehru, Patel, right? So this was the result of individual satyagrahas. Now you can come across the Cripps mission. So you can consider the Cripps mission. Cripps mission. So the Cripps mission had come in between March, April. Just a minute. to India on April 1942. So in 1942, British government realized that it could not ignore the Indian problems anymore. And as a result of that, as a result of World War, the situation was worsened for the British with Japanese. Right. So by March 7, 1942, as the British government, with a view of getting cooperation from Indians, right? So I think last date was 2nd of October. Fine. So British government realized British government realized, I think that would not be the best option. Right? So probably I will share the screen. That would be, I think, one of the suitable options. British government realized, what they realized, that no further ignorance. Right? Ignorance of Indian problems. Of Indian problems. Right. So the British government, so to get cooperation, from Indians, British government okay, then it's fine. So British government sent Sir Stafford Cripps. Sir Stafford Cripps. Right. Sir Stafford Cripps, who was a member of British cabinet, to India to settle the terms with Indian leaders. Right. So sent Sir Stafford Cripps for what? To settle the stress. So we will see what happens, and when I finish the page, I will take a screenshot and I will share it. Don't worry, we will be again re-explaining by seeing what you can by having the views on your screen. Right. So to get cooperation from Indians, British government sent Sir Stafford Cripps, right, to India to settle the terms with Indian leaders, with Indian leaders. With Indian leaders, right? And further, the same thing, that August offer was offering, and that is what? The dominion status. So Cripps also proposed. Cripps proposed dominion status. Cripps proposed dominion status, and that when after the war ends. After the war. So you know what could be the result of this? So obviously it has to be rejected, and it was rejected by all the political parties. So rejected by all political parties. All political parties. So no party agreed to accept the Cripps proposal. So the Cripps mission ended again in failure. And on this mission, Gandhiji remarked that it is a post-dated check on a crumbling bank. Right, post-dated check on a crumbling bank. So you can consider another failed proposals, or one of the another failed proposals is the Cripps mission. Right. So as no party agreed to accept the proposal, the Cripps mission ended. Right. So Cripps mission ended in failure. Ended in failure. Fine. So this is what you can consider on the Cripps mission. So Gandhiji remarked, what he remarked? He remarked that it is a post-dated check on a crumbling bank. Post-dated check on a crumbling bank. Bunnare bank purcha tarkeza check. Right. So that is what the Cripps mission is. Right. And you know, now in 1942, what had come? So in 1942, the Quit India movement have started. Quit India movement. Quit India movement. So 1942. Right. So on 8th of August 1942, Congress in its meeting at Goalia Tank, where the Indian National Congress is established in Bombay, right? So passed a resolution which was known as Quit India Resolution, whereby Gandhiji asked the Britishers to quit India and gave a call for do or die. Right. That means what? Now we shall either free India or die in the attempt to free India from Britishers. So it was the call of Gandhiji. Fine. Obviously to the countrymen. And on August 9, 1942, all the prominent leaders such as Gandhiji, Patel, Nehru, right, etc., arrested, but the rest of the most, such as J.P. Lohia, Arun Asaf Ali, Usha Mehta, right, or some other leaders have continued this revolutionary struggle, right? And the violence spread throughout the country. Several government offices were destroyed in this movement, and also they have some of the offices have damaged in this. The telegraph wires were cut and the communication was paralyzed. The parallel governments were established in some of the places, right? So there you can have the 4 different places where parallel government have established. So one of among these 4 is in Maharashtra as well. So the first one, right, I will. So on 8th August 1942, right, Congress meeting at Goalia Tank, where it is in Bombay, at Goalia Tank, passed a resolution, and that resolution was known as Quit India. Right, Quit India resolution. Right, so where Gandhiji asked the British to quit India. Right? And he gave a call for do or die. Right? So British to quit India and do or die. Right? So in this call, and because of this, on 9th August 1942, right, the prominent leaders. So in this you can consider Gandhiji, Patel, Nehru, right, etc. arrested. But most of the other leaders continued, right? Other leaders continued the movement. It continued the revolutionary struggle. Right. So I think now I have finished the page. So I will take its screenshot and I will share it on the screen. Is it okay? Okay, fine. So let's share the screen.
So less than 1 minute we have.
Uh,